The red drum's power, speed, and exquisite flavor has captivated anglers for generations, making it one of the most prized game fish in Texas's coastal waters. They also play a vital role in the marine ecosystems and the food chain due to their nature as both a predator and prey species. Juvenile red drums spend the beginning of their lives in bays. Bays and estuaries and surf passes are where they tend to stay until they reach full maturity. On average, it is when red drums are between 2 to 3 years of age that they are within the size range for legal harvesting. Today, we have a bag limit of 3 red drum per angler. Now, what this means is that each fisherman can possess a max of 3 red drums per day. Now, while the daily bag limit has lowered over the last 40 years, limits didn't even exist until 1977. In the early 1970s, a chef from New Orleans introduced a dish called blackened redfish. This dish became so popular that the red drum population was rapidly nearing extinction due to the commercial overfishing of the species. For many years, the recreational and commercial overfishing continued. In an effort to protect the red drum species and to raise the population's numbers, the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department established a marine fish hatchery in Corpus Christi, with the first stocking of red drum into Texas bays occurring later the next year. In 1985, Texas Parks and Wildlife, with the support of the Sport Fish Restoration Act team, planned to build the Sea Center Texas facility as a red drum hatchery and education center. However, the facility didn't open its doors to the public until 1996. The hatchery department has many large brood tanks where they place a mixture of male and female red drums. When the females lay eggs and they become fertilized, the eggs float to the surface where they can become netted out and placed into an incubator. The eggs then hatch, and after a few days, they are transferred into a 1-acre pond where they will continue growing. Once the red drum reach fingerling status, which is at 1 month old, ranging from 1 to 2 inches in length, they are ready to release into the wild. They weigh the fingerlings in buckets to get an approximate count before placing them into a large hauling unit attached to the back of a truck. The driver then relocates them to the release spot and releases them into an estuary where the red drum fingerlings will grow until they're big enough to venture into deeper waters. As of last year, the hatcheries in Texas combined released their 1 billionth fish of a mixture of red drum and sea trout. The 1 billionth fish release just so happened to be a red drum fingerling whose name was Billy the Billionth. While the red drum population has fluctuated over the last 40 years due to habitat loss and minor overfishing issues, their population is now considered to be flourishing and stable. Thanks to the efforts of Texas Parks and Wildlife and their supporters like Coastal Conservation Association, the red drum species is and will continue to grow, live, and thrive in our waters.